All right, Rockstar Garage here. Quick and dirty, pretty dirty video on the Mechatronics repair for a B8.5 S4. I'm just gonna give you some quick tips and tricks, but there are plenty of videos out there, but a lot of them are long and drawn out. If you're just doing your research and trying to click a quick video that's, you know, under a couple minutes and just shows you what you need to know, that's what I'm normally looking for. So that's kind of the content I try to create. So here's my tray of stuff. I got rained on a little bit. This is the filter housing. What do we got? See here, this is a 14 triple square and a 10 Allen. So I have an ECS tuning magnetic plug, so I got nothing in there. I did this fluid change probably about 4,000 or 5,000 miles ago. The symptom is it's triggering the little, transmission malfunction. The drivability is pretty much fine. If you trigger the malfunction, it seems to sputter. There's a little bit of a clunk into first, and when you put it into reverse, if you abruptly go first to reverse or leave it in sport mode to shift for itself, I feel like it gets confused sometimes. So I don't know. It's probably going to be this repair kit, and I figured I would just show you guys the stuff that needs to come off to get your Mechatronic unit out. There's plenty of videos and stuff like that, but bottom line, you start off, drain it. It's a 17 mil on that. It's an ECS tuning magnetic one, so 17 mil drain plug, drain T30s around the thing. I don't need to tell you how to take off your brace. The brace actually is this M12 14 triple square. So the brace is 2 of those bolts and then 4 18 millimeter bolts. Then you take off your T30s. You crack the drain plug, which is this Allen. You crack the fill plug, on the trans, which is right up there. Crack that first, because just like when you're draining oil in a car, if you have vacuum, it's holding vacuum on itself, it doesn't drop the fluid. So pull that out so that it drains faster. Pull the plug, drain it. Once you have that drained mostly, pull off all the T30s that are holding the pan on, other than leave 4, leave 1 on each corner. And then depending on the corner that you want to drop, which the back is slightly thinner and it was easier to catch on this. And by the way, the regular the regular splash guard has that oil catcher. It's like they knew this thing is gonna leak oil, but it's actually a pretty good thing to leave underneath for splashes and stuff. So also, God, I love these quick checks. But just be safe under your car. You don't want to die. So once you take out all the 4, you leave the 4, take off the side that you're going to drop, take off those 2, and then you slowly take out the back 2, and that kind of tilts the pan forward so that you can carefully drain it without making a giant mess. Once you take that out of the way, you pull your filter out, the one that's internal. I had done that one at 75,000 miles, so that was, I wouldn't say due, but why not, right? You're doing the kit anyway, especially if you have FCP Euro. Now the next thing to come off, that's all out of the way. Next thing to come off is the filter housing for this one, which I'll show you. It's these 2 little nips. So it's 3 T30s, and there's a 13 millimeter that holds the hard lines up there. See, it runs from the top of it on down. There's a 13 mil that comes downward onto it. You take that out, and the 3 T30s, 1, 2, 3 up here, and you pull the filter housing out. You gotta kind of maneuver it out. My O-rings seem to be still pliable and good. I don't think that's included in any of the kits that you get, so whatever. So that's out of the way. That gets that out of the way. The other thing is that T30. There's a T30. So you undo this plug. I don't know if you've ever dealt with a transmission plug, but you go counterclockwise on this nub, and it pulls out, right? The plug pulls out, but then you need to get the actual connector, that sits inside the housing, out. So the way you do that is there's a T30 up top. You pull the T30 and then you twist counterclockwise down and it slides right out. So you can pull that out. Again, that O-ring to me feels real good. So these are not, I mean, if you had to revisit this job, honestly, those are not a big deal. None of it is. The filter gasket, even opening this up, it's not a big deal. And ultimately, the more times you do it, the more I remember the first time I did the DSG service on, I thought I had done brain surgery in space. Like I was the first brain surgeon for NASA. And now when I think about what I did, it's so simple. It's really not a big deal. So Mechatronic needs to come out. At this point, I'm just about ready to go because everything that's connected to it that would hold it in is out. I do need to disconnect that wiring harness and kind of, maybe I'll tie wrap it out of the way because I saw that sometimes it's in the way. And then there are 6 bolts, which I think they say that they're more obvious. So I'll look for the 6 that look obvious. There is a pattern to do them in, you know. Undoing them, I can't imagine that it matters which way you undo them. Bolting them back in, I'm sure it does. So I'll get that cleaned up. I got those 6 out, pull the mech unit down, swap out the wiring harnesses, push it back up in there. I know that there are 4 key tabs, like they're probably gear selectors that need to be in the neutral position. So there are 3, there's in, there's neutral, and there's out. So all 3 of them need to be in the neutral position for the mech unit to go back in. So I will focus on doing that. That's it.